Hello, friends. Welcome to Ikaara na CEO with me, Atura Angella Marjorie Avoli, your host. My motivation to start Ikaara na CEO stems from various inspirations. My first inspiration is the death of my father that occurred on the 24th of February, 2025. Way back in 2019, when COVID-19 had just broken out, I used to sit down with friends using our phone and would record talking about topics ranging from women empowerment, money, business, among others. After some time, I reluctantly left that. And that is when TikTok was a trend. I started making funny TikTok videos where I would dance, either use funny faces. And my father told me one time that he wishes that I had stayed on the track of talking about issues about women, empowerment, life, business, and so forth, instead of the funny TikTok videos that I was doing. I didn't understand at that time. I told myself, that's okay. But when he passed away this year, in February, I asked myself, what better way can I have my father remembered all the time? And I saw it fit that on the 16th of August, since it is my birthday, I should reward myself a gift, which is this podcast. Ikaara na CEO is a podcast that I intend to dedicate to my late father, Mr. Dan Mwesiga Baseka Atura Akiki. But also, it is a platform for us as young entrepreneurs to share knowledge. I'm going to be sitting down with like-minded people that have gone through the struggles, the hassles, the joys of starting and running a business successfully. It will also be to amplify the voices, of those people under 40 and have the vision of creating, innovating, and sustaining solutions that will bring impact and great motivation to Africa and the world at large. Creating of social impact. The platform will be to discuss innovative solutions. These solutions are the ones that will be ranging from health, wealth, creativity, morals, construction, among others. And this will be creating the social impact that we need. But also will be creating a network of young, enterprising CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs of all kinds from all sectors and segments, but also creating a legacy. Ikaara na CEO podcast will serve as a legacy podcast, documenting insights and impactful stories of all young and promising CEOs and entrepreneurs of our world. Ikaara na CEO, learn, lead, and grow. My inspiration to start Geja Women Foundation is derived from my past. I was born by two school-going children. My mother was 14 and my father was 16 years old by the time of my birth. At the age of 18, I became pregnant and gave birth to an amazing daughter. That and the challenges that I had gone through growing up drove me passionately to start the Geja Women Foundation. Geja is derived from a Luganda word, okugeja, meaning grow big. But at Geja, we don't want women to just grow big in size or shape. We want them to grow big in how they think, how they talk, and how they manage issues that are affecting them on a daily basis, so that to use that pain and challenge to stand up and be able to speak up for their own rights. Safegirl Initiative Uganda was inspired from one of our first girl child beneficiaries, who was Nachigudi Prosi. I used to stay with Nachigudi Prosi in my one-bedroom house. And one day, one of the evenings, I see Prosi fidgeting in the corners of our bedroom. When I asked her, she turned, only for her to have a roasted banana leaf. When I asked her what the banana leaf was for, she told me that that is what her mother had taught her and her other siblings to always be using. At that point, I felt so bad. I felt like I was never grateful because I thought I was the one that had so many challenges. But having looked at Prosi with the roasted banana leaf made me to go to one of my mentors, Etienne Salbon, whom I requested to give me 60,000 UGX. And the next morning, together with my team, we went to Owino Market in hopes of getting materials that could at least make Prosi something that is more comfortable and hygienic than the roasted banana leaf. And that was the birth of the Safegirl kit. The Safegirl kit comes with 2 reusable sanitary pads, a cotton knicker, a storage bag, and a mosquito repellent soap. We believe this is an answer to a more hygienic, affordable, and long-lasting for a girl or woman. This is an answer to breaking period poverty in Uganda and all around Africa. The biggest early challenges ranged from the capacity to source for funding, to run the programs at Geja Women Foundation. But also one of the key challenges that I remember was what at first I thought was an opportunity, where I got a call from one lady one evening to make 1,000 reusable sanitary pads. I was excited. I told my team. That time we only had one sewing machine. Where we were staying at that point, we did not have electricity. I told this lady that yes, we can produce 1,000 reusable pads by the next morning. In high gears, we rose with my team, went to a neighbor, borrowed space because they had electricity. The whole night we were producing the kits. But towards 6 a.m., I called this client and telling her that out of their 1,000 reusable pads, we were only able to make 980. Meaning that we were left with only 20 pads to make 1,000. But because power had also run out, we could not complete. And I was asking her if it is possible that she takes the 980. Guess what? On that phone call, this woman said that she does not work with incompetent Ugandans. The woman called me and my team incompetent. Imagine having spent the 12 hours of the night awake, producing, and the product was not taken. I just told my team, stop. I was crying. And I told them, let's go and sleep. I never told them the reason as to why we had stopped. But I was crying. I asked myself why. I felt like a failure. The word incompetent kept on ringing in my head for a number of days. But guess what? After a week, I got another client who requested to take 700 of those reusable pads. And they paid more money compared to what the first client had offered. That became a win for us. And from that day, we just step on the challenges. We use them to create another path that can lead us to the success that we need. God gave me a very intelligent daughter. Many times, and I sit back and I ask myself, if I had not given birth at the age of 18, what would I be? Which kind of girl or woman would I be? But guess what? Me giving birth at the age of 18 molded me into the CEO I am today. One afternoon, my daughter brings me a guest. And when this lady came to me, she asked me, what do I do? Reluctantly, I told her, you want to see what I do? I tell my two friends, Faith and Reynard, we take her to the community from the women that were planting kitchen gardens to the menstrual hygiene campaign in a school. And lastly, to one of our women homes whose child had died in the house because it had been hit by a tree. This lady had a 35-year-old child who was stuck in the house for over 30 years because of being disabled. On a fateful night, the tree nearby their house hit it and she died in it. After the tour with this angel woman, she asks me, what is your dream? I told her, my dream. You see the woman that we visited in the afternoon whose child died in the house? Like, yes. My dream is to construct this woman a more comfortable house. And she asked me, what does it take? Me and my team, we made a budget. And guess what? This angel went back to her home country. And the next week, she sent us 5,000 euros. And with the 5,000 euros, we were able to construct a home, a befitting home for this mother, in consolence for her lost child. After that, the angel still asks me, what is your dream? And my dream at that point was to start a home where women and girls can feel like it is home. And that was the beginning and the birth of the Geja Women's Center that is currently hosted in Impiji District, Pliasi Village. Rebecca Trinikens is that angel that started our funding from as little as 2,500 euros to the current amount that we have. I mean, more funding has come in from the various programs that we carry on, but I still carry and uphold Rebecca Trinikens as that one person that lifted us from the ground. There are a number of criticisms that I have faced from my own family members, friends, people that even don't know you. The very first one came when I had to stand and face community men, telling them the value of educating a child. And that was Prosi, who was at the verge of being sent for early marriage because her father had been promised alcohol every evening when they have gone to drink with a fellow man. I went and told them the importance of being sent to school. And guess what? They asked me, you, who is advocating for children education, how far did you study? And guess what? I was a Form 6 dropout. Having constructed a house for the women, one of the women in the villages, I was asked, you don't even own a bicycle, not even a brick. Couldn't you use that money to construct your own house? Many times it would be challenging. You'd sit back. If you're not strong-hearted, you'd be like, man, it might be the truth. But I was never shattered, never driven away from the goal. And I can assure you, I was once a school dropout, but I'm currently in my 3rd year at Makerere University, pursuing a degree and still helping more girls to keep in school. You too can be able to do it. By the way, waking up and checking through the emails, what is new, what is on the calendar, what I'm supposed to do. I may not be able to do all of them like I'd set them in the calendar, but I wake up to look at my phone. What's in my email? Do we have a business coming up? Do we have a project? Do we have a proposal to submit? And I can assure you, there are days that start as early as 7 a.m., 10, and there are those that even go up until past midnight. The hustle and the real struggles a CEO go through, all in the names of bringing fruit to the table, so that not only to benefit me as an individual, but also another person besides me. Many times, I walk. I love walking. On a Saturday morning, my daily goal is to always make at least 15 kilometers of walking without music, just listening to the sounds of people talking, the birds, the borders. Within that walk, I am thinking, I am meditating. And many times, it is within those walks that I come up with ideas that have either worked or not worked. But also, I love cooking. And I love singing. Even if many of my friends tell me that my voice is only good enough for me, I still believe that one day I will hold a very big musical concert where I'll be singing for not only me, but also you. And promise me you will attend. There are quite a number of mistakes that I've made and have taught me First of all, I used to rely many times on people. And I realized in the beginning, because I was a school dropout, hiring, especially people that have gone more or further in education than you are, when they get to know of your weaknesses, they always take you for granted. Many times it would make me cry. Until when I told myself, Marjorie, look, you can turn around things here. You have the switch. And the moment I learned that, it has been a tool that I cannot take for granted. I've also realized that begging is hard. Guys, have you ever begged for money? Have you ever sent that email and after you've pressed the send button, you close the laptop, hide it either under the chair or under the bed, and you don't even want to hear whether there will be a notification of response? Many times I would call my directors, my co-directors, to come and read the response on my behalf because I'm scared. Guys, begging is hard. And in this circle of social entrepreneurship, we have to beg. Guys, you have to beg on a daily basis until when you bring your dream to life. It relies around passion, patience, and persistence. If I had chosen to give up because of criticism from people, friends, parents, relatives, I don't even think Ikaara na CEO would be here. Fellow visionary leader, aspiring CEO or business owner, it is rough. The streets are cold. Even the early bird does not catch the worm sometimes, as the saying goes. But don't let all that break you. Stand strong. Believe in yourself. Have a clear goal and dream. If possible, write it down on a paper. You never know who is going to look at it and be like, this clicks. I get this. And they will join you on your journey to become the greatest CEO. Ikaara na CEO. With me, Atura Angella Marjorie Abwoli. Lead, learn, and grow.